Hello there everybody, welcome to a first look of the BR194/E94 Railtour pack for Train Sim World 5. So here it is, the Krokodil, off the Mittenwald Bahn and onto the Linke Rheinstrecke route, and welcome to West Germany as well. So let's get in. It's quite, it's very old world looking. I mean, look at this. I mean, the OBB 1020, I mean, that's old. I mean, look at this. This is sort of pre that. Right, let's get the train set up. I've not done the tutorial for this, but again, we're sort of just going to get cracking and see how we get on. So let's see. I would imagine it probably is similar-ish to the 1020, but slightly older. Pantograph valve. Well, pantograph raise. And then MCB set. Yeah, I mean that sounded good. So this is a pack by TSG as well, who makes some very good DLC for this game. Let's unlock that. We won't release them just yet, just whilst we're sort of having a little look. See, so you've got indice on here as well. I think it's an older style of indice as well. So that's to forward. Fuses, etc. Let's see, signal lights on, signal light top on, and signal light right. I believe that's what we want. Let's have a little look at the. There's no seat on this one. It's just standard driving position. There it is. Let's quickly hop out again. So yeah, this locomotive actually dates back to the Second World War. I think it said about 1941 or something along those lines, when this loco first sort of started to roll out across the network. So let's have a little look, see what we can see if MCB we want to do that. Let's see what the indice one is. Again, it's my first time looking at this loco, so we're sort of just gonna, take our time, have a little look. See indice isolation. That's fine. Summer winter switch, interesting. We're in summer, so we'll do summer. Come around here. This is the engine room. Again, very much like the Mittenwald Bahn, where you can go in and flick everything. You probably shouldn't. Let's hop back into the front. Let's stand at driving position. We'll start taking the brakes off. We do have the signal. We've got 45 kilometers. We're going up to Whirler on this one. So this is what well, at the moment we're driving the compressor. We'll get that on. That'll be important. Blowers. Slow. And we'll turn them off if they get too noisy. The whistle. Right, I think I'd probably say we're ready to go. I think we've probably done everything we should. So yeah, let's get the croc moving. I mean, it's such like a beastly looking locomotive. I mean, wow. Right, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll probably best keep in the HUD on for this. I do sort of know this route, and as we're a freight run, they're quite easy because we'll just get brought down for Whirler. But I think we'll keep the HUD on for this run, just so we sort of see how the train is. Look at that there. There's a 111 there with the intercity coaches. Absolutely beautiful, those coaches. We apply power. So it seems this train. Oh my gosh, it's a long train. This train only really does freight runs. Although I think if you do the E94, the E94 is like the modern version of the BR. Yeah, the BR, well, of this version. Yeah, the E94 is the modern version of this one, as a preserved locomotive, which runs rail tours on the Ludwigsbahn. But again, we'll take a look at what you can do once we get to the end of this run. A few crocs about, and they're actually in green as well, so very much like a Krokodil, which these trains are nicknamed Krokodils. Look at that. Fantastic. But we'll get the blurb up about the pack as well, so you can see what you're going to be getting, etc. And this is a fully separate timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke. You've got the 1997 timetable, which is the base timetable for this route. And then this pack also gives you, well, it gives you the 1984 timetable. So yeah, this is, well, pre-German reunification, so we are in West Germany at the moment. Whereas Linke Rheinstrecke on the 97 timetable, that's when it was, well, Germany. We're in the West. Let's whack that up. Cool. So we'll just take it nice and steady. Quite a big difference to that of the OBB 1020 is the windows. Well, especially same with the E94. Again, the E94, this confused me when I first heard about this pack. The E94 is it's this train, but modern day. So sort of a preserved train. So think of in the UK, because I know a lot of our viewers are UK based. Think of I don't know, a class 55 Deltic in preservation. The E94 is that, but German. It's a preserved locomotive which runs modern day. So we'll take a little cheeky look at that at the end as well, just to sort of see the differences. Maybe spawn it in actually. Let's whack the power up more. I'm not actually too sure what our top speed is with the Indice. Wouldn't be 75, would it? So as we'll find out. But yeah, I'm going to quickly pull up the blurb for this pack. But yeah, buy trains in Germany, so you know it's going to be good. TSG is one of those developers where anything they do is good, and they've proven that so far with the Niedertalbahn, Mittenwaldbahn. So you can sort of tell you're getting your money's worth. So let's have a look. So yeah, BR194 E94 Railtour pack. Sage. So yeah, relive historic traction and continue the nostalgic adventure with 2 additional variants of TSG's Krokodil locomotive. And yeah, this does release tomorrow as of this video going out. So you can't get Croc in just yet. Well, you can if you've got Mittenwaldbahn. Let's have a look. So yeah, we're in the DRG BR194. That's what we're currently driving. Which yeah, dates back to the 1940s. So yeah, quite an old school loco. And yeah, the E94 is the newer style one, the preserved one. And with this, you also get the BYG 516 Umberwagen coaches. Although it seems most of the services on here are freight on Linke Rheinstrecke. Well, it seemed like most of them were freight, but maybe not. Well, we'll take a look once we're back out. Got 43 kilometres. How long we go there? And this pack is £19.99, and it is for Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, Epic Games and Steam. So if you're on, oh look at these blooming lovely trains. If you're on PS4 or Xbox One, you cannot get this DLC. This is current gen and PC only. Full power on this, blooming hell, we've never gone this far up on the power control. Probably going to overcook it. Look at this. Power control at 18. I don't think we've ever got to this. Again, not too sure what our top speed is, as we are free, and we got Indice of 75. I mean, that's saying we can go up to, what's that, 90? And I'm pretty certain the line speed is a lot higher along here, so as we see, 90 must be our top for this journey. What's this little thing here? See for fault switch. Saying that, you've oh, that's quite cool. There is also the little valve. Well, we got C for rump. There's also the little valve. Hang on, the little valve down here, which well, been set to normal, but even though C4 was already on. Cool. Let's pop that down. There you go. Let it roll for a bit. Said this would be about 45 minutes. This run. So nice journey we've got ahead of us. Yeah, this is the Linke Rheinstrecke route. Which released back in, was it March, April 2023? It's a blooming long route. It goes on for ages. From well, Marne or Mainz up to Koblenz. Follows the Rhine River. Well, from about here, from where's this from? From Bingerbrook. That's where we then start following the river. So this bit's quite sort of easy to begin with, quite straight as well, or straightish. Yeah, the croc. We drive it once more. Certainly need to get back to the modern, but I need to get back to the ABB 1020 soon enough. It's almost criminal. I haven't driven the Mittenwald probably since March. There's just so many good routes, so many releases coming out. Yeah, I need to get back to the Mittenwald. Absolutely terrific, that route. Let's get a flyby shot. As we whiz through whatever station this is. Never really properly learnt this route. Cool. Yeah, it did appear that most of the services using this train are freight services. Although, yeah, you do get the passenger coaches, so we'll come out after and we'll have a little look. But most of it was primarily freight. What's this little like frame on the window? It's this little black square on it. What's that all about? Got your blind there. You can pop down if you want. So pop that up a bit more. 38 kilometres. What else can we do? What other things can we destroy? Pantograph air supply selector. Probably shouldn't muck about with that. Train heating. If you get a bit cold, you can pop that up. Although on a day like this in real life, where it's about 30 degrees Celsius out there, probably not heating. Manual wiper. You can muck about with that if you want. Manual wiper over there. Oh, that's the little wiper switch. Oh, look at that. Pretty cool. Seafer. Speed up again. So you've got your compressor, blowers, the whistle, emergency power as well. Funky. Not gonna press that or pull that because that probably will break something, which we don't want to do. Locomotive brake, which well, should be released. I don't think there's any brake pin on here. Like on the Mittenwald barn version of this train, the 1020, it's really easy to, well, if you don't put the brake pin in, it's really easy to like basically turn off the brakes. But this one doesn't seem to have that issue. And yeah, that is the power controller. It is a wheel. I said this was old. An old train. So put that down slowly. And to be honest, it's not a hard one to drive either. Like, you sort of see all this and you think, blimey, that's going to be really tough to drive. Not really. It is relatively straightforward. It's quite hard to overcharge it. The brakes are, well, on the 1020 at least, they're fairly decent. On here they might not be as good. But yeah, it's not a hard train to drive. I'd say this is easier than, say, the the DBR111. Much easier than that train coming now. Was that the 103? Much easier than that. Love seeing the coaches on it though. The old sort of intercity coaches. And good thing about this route is you can actually run this train up to speed. Whereas on Mittenwald Barn, you don't really get to go very quick in the croc. Let's get another flyby shot. That's pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, welcome back to the 80s. Quite a long train as well, though we are unloaded, so we're fairly light. That's alright. Oh, hello, there's the alarm going off. Let's put that back on. Yeah, nice cab though, nice cab to it. Even with just the sort of the little window, it's alright. You still get a good view out of all of the other ones. Nice. Just keep it in this power for now. It's well, flat along this bit. C4 again. 36 kilometres. This is probably actually more than 36 kilometres, because 36 kilometres is if we were a bird literally flying in a straight line to Wurlaw, whereas we're not going to be in a straight line. We get a bit wiggly soon. So it probably is still, you know, another 5 odd kilometres on top of that. But yeah, just sit back, relax and enjoy it. And thanks to Dovetail for giving us a key to show it off. Also, another thing about this train, which I'll show you now actually, is it does have the is it dynamic? But you can is it the rheostatic brake. So if we put back to the power controller to 0, we can then change the motor braking switch to braking. Which I'm pretty certain is the rheostatic brake, which I think on this version of the train is pretty crap. Like if we then power up, we're now going to be braking. Well, I'm pretty certain TSG in one of the articles said it's pretty crap, but basically it's not any good. Yeah, you can brake, mostly it's better when you're going downhill. Let's take that off and then we'll put that back to motoring. You actually see the little, so did that change there? Look at that. Right, let's set that back to motoring. There you go. See that? Back the power up again. You got your speedo as well, which is nice. There's quite a lot of these old trains, well, didn't tend to have speedos. It's good that we got that. Not sure if we have to acknowledge all of these speed boards because, well, we got indice. So we probably should still, shouldn't we? Indice is like a basic PZB. Well, I mean, it's pre-PZB. Busy there, loads of trains. There's another one. Again, loving the coaching stock on display. And there are layers for this timetable as well. Layers. Let me quickly find that. So yeah, if you want all of the if you want to see all of the trains, you'll need Linke Rheinstrecke, of course, Mittenwald Barn, which gives you the thingamabobbies. I think it also gives you the 111. It gives you the coaches we just saw going. I think they're the intercity coaches. Dovetail Barn and the BR218. The 218, when we go back to the menu, you'll see it looks a little bit different to that of the red 218. It's in a blue and cream livery. Really, really nice. We might see it on this run, but yeah. Stick around until we see the timetable at the end. So some nice surprises in there. So we're not too far off the river now. Yeah, we then follow the river the whole way up. It did say this was 45 minutes, but I don't believe it now. We've only done 10 kilometres in 20 minutes. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than 45. And there we are there. Cool. You get the window open as well. And the door. Can you get the door? Yeah. You get it open on the move if you want. Other bits and pieces we can play about with, and I believe as well we can just get out and walk about. Again, it's a stand. There's no seat, so you have to perch your bum on that, I suppose, at best. Cool. It was a 90 though. Yeah, this route gets quite pretty once you start following the Rhine. Which we now actually do have. I mean, technically you can do a full run from Koblenz to Frankfurt. Of course, across 2 different time periods and 2 different routes. I mean, Koblenz to Mainz, you can do on this route. And then on the Frankfurt S-Bahn route, which recently released, you can then do, well, down to Frankfurt. There's a little bit of track there is. Yeah, so you can sort of do the full run now. Ish. Cool. So if there's anything else interesting in the article to mention, the 1984 timetable will have a small number of additional player services over the original timetable. Significant increase in AI traffic with hundreds of additional AI services visible at both ends of the route. Cool. So basically it's a better timetable than the 97 version because it's a lot busier. And we've already seen loads and loads of trains. Let's take the power off, let it roll. Cool. And yeah, the 218 will receive the new livery, which we'll see at the end as well. Cool. You don't want to get below 90, do you? Let's get a little bit of the breakage on. Service application, lap. See what the brakes are like. So they're a bit different to that of the 1020. Cool. Let's get another flyby shot. That's what the train there. Whooshing past. There goes the Krokodil. It's almost like the mean green machine. It is a proper, you know, beast-looking locomotive. Now, if a train was scary, this is what a scary train would look like. It would be this Krokodil. Yeah, proper mean green machine. What's everyone's thoughts so far? I know we haven't really done too much, we've only driven it. We haven't really done too much else, but yeah, what's everyone think? Liking it? And if you ever did get Mittenwaldbahn, what do you think of the one on there? Or maybe you don't have Mittenwaldbahn, maybe you like this one. Well, I highly recommend Mittenwaldbahn. And that's like the prettiest route in the game. Just flat along here now, sort of sticking at 88. And yeah, it won't be too much longer and we will be coming up to the river, which we then follow along all of the way. Sort of the route's name, Linke Rheinstrecke, the left Rhine line, I think that means. So you get the other line on the other side, which I suppose is, well, the right, yeah, the right line of the Rhine. A little bit of power again, don't want to get too low. And yeah, once we get to Whirlaw, we'll also try and spawn in the E94, just so you can get a direct comparison between the two. Because the E94 is much more like, well, the modern present day OBB 1020. Well, not present day, but the Mittenwald barn 1020. Yeah, out tomorrow. 10 AM consoles, 4 PM Epic Games, and 6 PM on Steam in UK time. For yeah, £19.99, I believe it was. Yeah, £19.99. So make of that what you will, whether that's worth it or not. Again, it is a TSG product, and TSG generally do well. I mean, all of their products are fantastic. I mean, to name a few, the Expert DBBR 101, probably the most advanced train in the game. TSG, Dovetail barn, Mittenwald barn, best looking, you know, some of the best looking routes in the game. The Vosala G6, that was TSG, which that's sort of one of the slightly more unheard of DLCs. Little shunter. Got the DBBR 420, that's one of the upcoming DLCs, which has been upcoming for about 5 years. Well, I think it is finally coming soon. I'm trying to think of other TSG products. I think for routes it's just Dovetail barn and Mittenwald barn. Right, the river should be, there you go, there's the river. So we now follow this along, well, for the rest of the 28 kilometres. See what trains we can see knocking about. Got the 110 in there. So I'd say this train probably is actually easier to drive. Actually, the 110's not too bad. No, I would say this train's probably easier to drive than the DBBR 110, which is that train there. Proper lovely looking loco. Weird looking, but cool looking. Of the mint and green, or the mint green M-Wagon. Wanting for a 90. Again, not entirely sure we have to acknowledge these, but we'll do it anyway. Better safe than sorry. See, Indice I've never really learned properly. I mean, I know PZB quite well, but Indice is like a basic PZB. So I suppose if you know PZB, you should be alright with Indice. Just acknowledge everything. And you'll probably be alright. Even if you don't need to acknowledge. And I think I can see some of the new coaches coming up as well. You could look at those. Lovely. So yeah, these are the new coaches. These ones here. Come in, have a little... So that one whizzes by. So yeah, these are the new coaches. Cool. Quite a random thought, but I remember that the first time I saw those coaches in the article for this DLC, I straight away thought to Battlefield 5, if anyone's played Battlefield 5. there's a map on there, Rotterdam, and I'm pretty certain those are the like same coaches you get on the well, on the railway line, so it just goes through the middle of the map. But yeah, those coaches are the hang on, the where is it? The BYG 516 Uberwagen coaches, and also tell a lie, you do get hang on, so yeah, right. Do you get a new freight wagon for this? Oh, the GBS wagon. Are we in the GBS wagon? Let's have a look. Oh, have we got the GBS wagon? No, yeah, this is the... Hang on. Yeah, we've seen these ones. Yeah, we've seen this before. We'll have to spawn in the GBS wagon. See what that's like. So we'll do, yeah, once we get to Verlor, we'll spawn in some of the bits and pieces you get with the pack. And there'll be more videos on this pack as well. I mean, this is just the first look, but we'll try and well, we'll do the one on the Ludwigsbahn, the E94, which is a couple of scenarios on there. Let's speed up again. Sort of lost our speed. .25 kilometers. So we're now there. So we're getting there. We're about halfway distance-wise. So it probably will be about an hour, sort of when we actually do get there. That's all right. Good fun, good scenery, good company. I'm sure we got in the chat. And a lovely train. Hopefully we're meant to have both pantographs up. Sorry, mate. Let me quickly. There you go. Go off a bit. Nice. Follow the river around. So it did say there'd been a small number of improvements to the route as well. He said the water had been altered in some way to look a bit better. So I can't remember, was this route... No, this route still had... I think it had the new water. Did it have the new water? Yeah, it did have, yeah, but it just looks slightly better. Water improvements. Seafair again. Look at this here though, what a beauty. Well, those coaches aren't as nice, but they're still nice. It's really nice to see the Mittenwaldbahn stock over on this route. Really nice. Actually, anything TSG makes just looks really good. It's like Just Trains. Like, I mean, TSG is like the JT of Germany. You just know what you know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be worth it. You know it's going to be good. Kilometers. Cool. Yeah, lots of traffic we've seen on here though. So I'm tempted to look on the map to see what other trains are about. But TSW is quite good at then freezing when you're on the map. So let's not go on the map. Sadly. It's gonna have a little yeah, it's been changed, hasn't it? That's a lot more sort of murky and mossy. Yeah. Yeah, looks a lot more murky and mossy. Oh, look at that, there's another croc. Also another empty one as well. Proper long trains though. Fantastic. Well, let's zoom ahead. I suppose we haven't caught up to anything yet. Let's take the power down a bit. Get another shot because it just looks really good. Yeah, this is the 1984 timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke, utilising the BR194 / E94 Railtour Pack DLC, which comes out tomorrow. Which, yeah, gives you the new timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke and also some scenarios for the Ludwigsbahn. But again, we'll take a look at all of that after, once we get to Verlor. See what you get with the pack. Seafoot. So it's following the river. So you have got another railway line on the other side, but that's not included with this DLC. Sometimes you don't think you can really see it at like any point of the journey on this route. You can't actually see the other route on the other side. I don't know if that's how it would be in real life. You really can see those water changes though. I like it. Look at that. That looks really good actually. So those sort of murky green spots. That's really good. Let's get another flyby shot because it just, again, very pretty, this area. It needs to have flyby shots. Cool, let's get back in. Getting there quite quickly now though, 17 kilometres to go. So we're travelling what? We're travelling, yeah, we've travelled most of the way up the route. It's only sort of another 20 minutes and then you're, well, up at Koblenz. So it sort of gives you a good look off the route. I mean, this is the prettiest part here. So all the towns and villages sort of alongside the river. Really nice. Not really, well, I haven't played much of this route at all. Again, it's sort of, there's so many routes now to play. But this one's, yeah, it's quite a good one. A long route. If you like long routes and long journeys, you'll like this one. I mean, the fast services are like an hour long. The slow services are like an hour and a half. And then there's a whole mix of freight and whatever on here. And I see what the 1984 timetable sort of brings it more to life. So even more to do and see. We got there, wanting for a 120. And again, apologies for my pronunciations of all of these German places. I think probably maybe fairly obvious, but I am not a native German speaker. So my pronunciations of these places will be pretty dire. But danke to anyone in the comments who, yeah, tells us how to say things. Well, they're saying that if you're using the new YouTube AI audio dubbing, maybe I am speaking German. Because YouTube have got like a new yeah, AI dubbing feature. I think it's still like in beta. But if you click on the little settings cog of the video, you can then basically pick what language you want. Oh, hang on, what's this here? That's a funny little one. What's this? GBS, this is the new one. There we are. That's well, more a box car basically. So yeah, these are the new GBS box cars by the looks of things. So they also come with this DLC. Again, we'll try and spawn them all in at the end, just so you can sort of get a good look at all of it. Nice, let's get a little shot there. Perfect. A little short train, that one. Oh, box van, not box car. Box car's American, isn't it? Box van. So we should be calling it. There's so many blooming trains we've seen. Like, generally, this route feels like the Brighton Main Line. It's been like a train every blooming 30 seconds. Like, every signal block, there's another train. So it's probably quite good. You'll probably have lots of chasing yellows on here if you're doing a passenger train. On quite a lot of services, you'll probably have a lot of yellows. Proper sort of opens this corridor up, brings it to life. See that. No, it's been a really enjoyable run so far. So thanks all for coming in if you have made it this far. Again, we are showcasing the BR194. I don't know if at the beginning I said BR94, but the BR194 and the E94 Railtour Pack DLC, although at the moment we are in the BR194, which is the old school 1940s German locomotive, and we're showing it on the 1984 timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke. And in a separate video we'll take a proper look at the E94, which is basically the preserved version of this train, of this loco, but on a modern route. So yeah, this is sort of how these trains were when they were in, day-to-day services. But the E94 is, well, a preserved version of this. So quite cool. Sort of get two different variations of it, and also the proceedings of, or some of the proceedings of this pack also go to, it's mentioned on here somewhere, it goes to one of the museums. I mentioned it somewhere, but yeah, some of the money, so if you get this DLC, some of the money go to a museum, some sort of train museum in Germany, which keep the E94, which is modelled in this, that it keeps it, well, maintained and running. Yeah, E94088. So it goes to a good cause. Nice little spark there. That 10 kilometers. Let's zoom ahead again. It deserves another flyby shot. So we're sort of watching over the bush here, over the hedge. There it goes. Cool. Have to get back on this route. We will obviously be getting back on this route, but do some of the other, non-Krokodil services, like do the ones in the 111 of the sort of the intercity coaches behind. I think it's gonna be really good fun, this timetable for this route. Oh, and do the 218, the blue and cream 218. What's that? Is that 363 or 365? Could it be the 365? Which comes over from Niedertalbahn. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Deutsche Bundesbahn 365. With again the GBS box fans, which again are new with this DLC. So let's try and summarise what you get then. So, well, you get the E94 and the BR194, but then you're also getting the coach we saw, the passenger coach, and the GBS box fan. So you're not just getting the locos, you're getting two different variants of the locos, and then two different freight roll or passenger and freight bits. What a lovely place though. Is this still a lovely place? I mean, this is West Germany, 1980s. Probably a very nice, idyllic place. What's the modern day Linke Rheinstrecke like? Is it not as idyllic anymore, or is it still nice? Bit of a gradient here, we've got a 1 in 184. Sort of making our way up, away from the river just a little bit. Wonder if this line ever has issues with flooding as well. I mean, could the river come all the way up to here? Proper long train. I mean, look at that. It stretched all the way back. Blimey. Really long freight services. Yeah, does this line ever struggle with flooding? Just because surely the river can't get all the way up to where the railway is. Although saying that, in Lewis, in the UK, you've got the River Ouse. That does, well, used to flood the railway. That's quite high up. Six kilometres to speed up a little. Deutsche Bundesbahn. Yeah, the mean green machine. Oh yeah, nice to actually run this train at a bit of speed. Actually, our Mittenwaldbahn, it's a bit slow. Obviously, understandably slow. So you can run it quite quick. Would have been quite cool, so I don't think there's any timetable service. Well, we'll check, but I'm not sure there's any timetable services for the E94. I think that's only scenarios. So we'll see if there are any timetable services for it. I think that might only be scenarios. There's a 111. Look, that's beautiful. And those coaches as well, those coaches are stunning. Proper sort of royal and nice, luxury looking. Five kilometres, so we sort of relatively soon start getting yellows on the signal, and then we get to test what the brakes are like on this train, whether their pants are actually okay. That's probably pants. What's this all about? The C for fault switch. What's this? One man, normal, isolated. Yeah, what's this all about? Someone who knows the technicalities of this. What's this all about, the CIFA fault switch? Was it apart from some sort of fault of the CIFA, but why? Yeah, well, what is it? Why does that need to be indicated in some way? kill the power. And I believe there also is a manual for this DLC as well, which will be well, probably linked on the store pages if you want to sort of see how this train operates and how to operate it. But again, relatively straightforward. It's not, yeah, it's not that hard of a train to drive. Like, I know it seems pretty low wall, it seems pretty difficult, but literally just spin the wheel, it applies power. You've got the lapped brakes, set it to how much you want, take it back, it brakes. Yeah, it's not that bad. Is it as hard as the DBBR 111? No. That train I always seem to have a struggle with. Is it easier than the Class 101, the UK one? Yeah. I think some would say that's probably one of the hardest trains, the UK Class 101. Right, warning for a green over yellow. Right, let's try the brakes. Service application. We've got our little indice thing which just popped up. Lap. As we start slowing down. Little light to come on down there as well. Release those a bit. Apply the brakes a bit more. That is a lovely 103. Again, look at the coaches, so nice. This is Verlor we're coming up on. Yeah, 52 minutes, so well, about 50 minutes from the get-go. That's gone really quick though. Which means it's been good fun if it's gone quick. Not like on US freight routes where it's like a 10-minute run but it feels like about 4 hours. Or it's like an hour run and it feels like 4 or 5 hours. Cool. Let's speed up it just a little bit, we're going a bit slow. That's to ease us forward to where it wants us to stop. Hang on, where are the wires? Oh, hang on. Why is there no wires there? Or is there? Oh, this gap here just doesn't have any wires. Interesting. I'd imagine that probably isn't meant to be like that unless that's some sort of neutral section or gap in the live rail. Not a gap in the live rail, but yeah, some sort of gap. Some sort of neutral bit. Jubbly. But yeah, we'll try and spawn in the E94 alongside us just so you can sort of see. Well, I imagine there'll be a train going right past us in a second, so we won't be able to spawn it in time. Or have a look though. Well, that's probably actually the reason why we come into this siding here. It probably is because another train goes past us and it probably then continues on up to Koblenz. But we're not going to do the other bit, we're just going to do this. Yeah, something's got the green, so something's going to whiz past us in a second. Nice and steady up to the red light. Red lights aren't really meant to be for passing. hello, they've actually kicked on quite a bit of the brakes there. Well, the brakes aren't too bad then. They seem decent enough. And sort of slowly bring it to a halt. Ah, here comes the other train. So that's probably why we sit and wait here. It's for that train to speed past the express, which we're holding up. No, the brakes aren't too bad. Nice. That's not too bad. 60 kilometers, 55 minutes. Right, let's quickly return to free roam. Let's try and spawn in. Once this train passes by, we'll try and spawn in the E94. Hopefully it's just this E94. Ah, there we go. Let's do that. Can we do that? Ah, there you go. Perfect. Ah, that's fantastic. Let's try not to get hit by another train on this line. But yeah, so this is the old. This is basically, you know, how it was in the 80s, the 194. But this is the modern day preserved version of this loco. Maybe not the exact type, the exact one. But this is yeah, this is the E94. Let's quickly go in just so we can get in the make use of the cameras. Maybe that's us. Yeah. So this is the preserved one. With the coaches as well. BYG coaches. You see you've got the 80 years there. 43 to 2023. And this one has the big windows. So much more like the OBB 1020. Right, let's go out. And then we'll have a little look-see at what you can do with the trains. So, you know, well and good doing a service, but that could be the only service there is. So let's come out, and then we'll see what we can do. Slowly loading out. It is absolutely sweltering. It's like one of the warmest days of the year. So it may look nice and cool in here, but no. It is warm. Oh my god, load us out. Well, thanks to Dovetail for giving us a key to show it off. If we ever get back out to the main menu, that is. Right. So to the trains, choose a route. So Linke Rheinstrecke, you click on it as usual. Timetable. So you've got the 84 and the 97 timetable. 317 on the 84 and only 301 on the original. So 1984. So you've got the BR194, 64 services. So it's mostly freight. See if there are any passenger runs. Yeah, it's all freight. All freight on Linke Rheinstrecke. There it is. There's the blue and cream 218. Which of course you do need the DVBR 218 DLC. Just showing you what services you get on this timetable. Yeah, this is the 1984 timetable, which is included with this DLC. Although of course all of these other trains you see are from other DLCs. There's extra layers. And you got the M-Wagon there. Seems like the image is wrong there. Shows the red one. 628 Dovetail barn. And then the 365 also from Dovetail barn as well. Cool, obviously the main star of the show is the 194. Right, let's have a look at journey mode. Linke Rheinstrecke heavy duty. There you go, so you've got three. Oh, hang on, you've even got the E94 on there as well. Oh, literally just the introductions for both of them. Right, hang on. Rail journeys. Do you get any for Ludwigsbahn? Because that's the other route things goes on to. No, you don't get any on there by the looks of things. Scenarios. Scenarios. Let's see. 2 scenarios? Yeah, it looks to be 2 scenarios, both in the 194. What else? Oh yeah, Ludwigsbahn. Actually, what we can do, which would be easier, if we go pick a train, E90, is it separate or does it come up on here? Now, there's the BR194, so literally just Linke Rheinstrecke. Just going to turn down the blimmin' game audio, the music playing. And then the E94, where's that going to be? That'd be really, really far down. E94, E94. E94, is it on here? Where's the E94? Oh, there's the original. That's the Mittenwald Barn one there. Again, a very good route. But that's the original Krokodil in the game. E94. Choose a route, Ludwigsbahn. Where's Ludwigs? Where is it? Ludwigsbahn. Scenarios. Yeah, so you get 2 scenarios. Been there 2 hours for the rail tour. So that's for the E94. Again, that's the preserved locomotive. But yeah, that is going to be it. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. This pack comes out tomorrow, £19.99. Thanks to Dovetail for giving us a key to show it off. And more great work by TSG. There'll be more videos on the pack coming up, so feel free to keep an eye out, subscribe. There'll be more out. Links usual places, Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as to our affiliate link for the lovely UK departure boards with a 5% off coupon. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.